Let's start part 2 of this analysis. We are reading the text of Franz Kafka, originally written in German, but here we are studying in Spanish, El Viejo Manuscrito. También de mi tienda se han llevado excelentes mercancías, pero no puedo quejarme cuando veo, por ejemplo, lo que ocurre con el carnicero. Apenas llega su mercadería, los nómades se la llevan y la comen de inmediato. All right, so the nomads also steal from his store, and they took like excellent merchandise. But he cannot complain when he sees what happens with the butcher, el carnicero, el butcher. You see here, mercancías y mercadería are synonyms. If we go here, we can see the dictionary. It leads to mercancía. And then, let's see. También de mi tienda, my store, they took, han llevado, excelentes mercancías. Pero no puedo quejarme. I cannot complain. Quejar, complain. When I see, for example, what happens, ocurre, what happens with the butcher, carnicero. All right. También sus caballos devoran carne. A menudo se ve a un jinete junto a su caballo comiendo del mismo trozo de carne, cada cual de una punta. Many times you can see a horseman, jinete, horseman, together with his horse, eating from the same piece, trozo, the same piece of meat, each one in one side. Okay, so let's mark the words here. Jinete, horseman, trozo, piece, trozo de carne, piece of meat. El carnicero es miedoso y no se atreve a suspender los pedidos de carne, pero nosotros comprendemos su situación y hacemos colectas para mantenerlo. So the butcher, he's scared and he do not dare to suspend or to stop the new merchandise coming in. But people, the locals, they do understand his situation, and they collect money to sustain him. So let's see. Miedoso, someone that is scared. Aquí no se atreve, meaning he does not dare. Atrever, to dare. To suspend the new orders, pedidos, orders of meat. Pero nosotros, but we understand his situation and we collect money So here in Spanish, you have mantener, to sustain, and then lo replaces the butcher. So to sustain the butcher. Si los nómades se encontraran sin carne, nadie sabe lo que se les ocurriría hacer. Por otra parte, ¿quién lo sabe que se le ocurriría hacer comiendo carne todos los días? If the nomads, they do not find or they do not have meat, nobody knows what would they do. On the other hand, nobody knows also what they would do eating meat like that every day. Let's see. Ocurriría. Del verbo ocurrir. Let's see. Prevenir, anticiparse o salir al encuentro. So nobody knows what would happen. Ocurrir. In the conditional form. What would happen? And then, hace poco, el carnicero pensó que podría ahorrarse al menos el trabajo de descuartizar y una mañana trajo un buey vivo. So the butcher thought that he could save time and do not dismember the ox, pero no se atreverá a hacerlo nuevamente. The butcher will not dare to do this again. Yo me pasé toda una hora echado en el suelo, en el fondo de mi tienda, tapado con toda mi ropa, mantas y almohadas para no oír los mugidos de ese buey, mientras los nómades se abalanzaban desde todos los lados sobre él y le arrancaban con los dientes trozos de carne viva. All right, so this is intense. I was a whole hour hidden on the ground on the back of my store with clothes covering me, mantas, blankets y almohadas, pillows, in order to not listen, to do not hear the sounds of the ox. Mientras, while the nomads, they jumped on the ox and they were eating or biting pieces of meat when this ox was alive. I spent a whole hour on the floor, suelo, en el fondo de mi tienda, on the back of my store, tapado, covered, with all my clothes, mantas, blankets, in order to avoid hearing the mugidos, de ese buey. Mientras while the nomads se abalanzaban, they were on top of this ox, and they were, the meat was being ripped off in pieces with their teeth. Okay, so arrancaban, ripped off, con los dientes, teeth, trozos. We saw that pieces of meat. Viva means that the ox was alive. No me atreví a salir hasta mucho después de que el ruido cesara, como ebrios en torno de un tonel de vino. So I did not dare, no me atreví, to go out much later that the sound stopped. Cesara, stopped. The verb cesar. Like drunks around a barrel of wine. Ebrios. Drunks. Okay, so let's see what the dictionary says here. Voz del toro y de la vaca. So the sound of the ox and the cow. Cesara, from the verb cesar. Dicho de una cosa, interrumpirse o acabarse. So when something ends. Ebrios. Dicho de una persona embriagada por la bebida. Somebody that drinks a lot. Estaban tendidos por el agotamiento alrededor de los restos del buey. They were like completely tired surrounding the remains of the ox. Agotamiento. Acción y efecto de agotar o agotarse. They were very tired. Precisamente en esa ocasión, me pareció ver al emperador en persona asomado por una de las ventanas del palacio. Casi nunca sale a las habitaciones exteriores y vive siempre en el jardín más interior, pero esa vez lo vi, o por lo menos me pareció verlo, ante una de las ventanas, contemplando cabizbajo lo que ocurría frente a su palacio. Exactly on that occasion, it seemed, me pareceu, see the emperor in person, um, like in one of the windows of the palace. And he almost never, casi nunca, almost never goes out of his rooms, the exterior rooms, and he lives always in the most hidden part of the garden. But this time I saw him, or at least it seems that I saw him. In one of the windows, looking like with the head down what was happening in front of his palace. So let's mark some words here. Asomado. Me pareció verlo. Cabizbajo. Ok, asomar. Sacar o mostrar algo por una abertura o por detrás de alguna parte. Asomar la cabeza a la ventana. So, like, just look in a way that you do not show up completely. Okay. He almost never goes out en las habitaciones exteriores. Mm. Me pareció verlo. It seems that I saw him. Again, ver, to see, lo, the emperor. He is replacing emperor. Verlo. Cabizbajo means like he had his head down, without hope. ¿En qué terminará esto? Nos preguntamos todos. ¿Hasta cuándo soportaremos esta carga y este tormento? El Palacio Imperial ha traído a los nómades, pero no sabe cómo hacer para repelerlos. How is this gonna end? We ask ourselves. Until when are we gonna take this heavy weight? But they do not know how to do to repel them, to get rid of them. So let's mark. Soportaremos. Sostener o llevar sobre sí una carga o peso. Tolerar o llevar con paciencia. The second meaning, like, until when are we going to take this? And then repelerlos. Okay, no, there's no meaning here. Ok, repelerlos. Es del verbo repeler. And it means to repel, to get rid of them. El portal permanece cerrado. Los guardias que antes solían entrar y salir marchando festivamente, ahora están siempre encerrados detrás de las rejas de las ventanas. Okay, so the gate, it's always closed, cerrado. The guards that before were coming in and going out, marching happily, festivamente, now are always inside, closed inside, behind the rejas. Rejas. Instrumento de hierro que es parte del arado y siempre para romper, y sirve para romper y resolver la tierra. Okay, so here is the gate. Or these, let's see. Specifically the bars as a protection on the windows. La salvación de la patria solo depende de nosotros, artesanos y comerciantes, pero no estamos preparados para semejante empresa. Tampoco nos hemos jactado nunca de ser capaces de cumplirla. Hay cierta confusión y esa confusión será nuestra ruina. So, the salvation of the nation depends only solo, or we are the only ones that can save the nation. The artisans and people work in commerce, comerciantes, the merchants. But we are not prepared for such a task. Here empresa, here means this endeavor, this task. Tampoco nos hemos jactado nunca de ser capaces de cumplirla. We never bragged about to be able to deal with such situation. Jactado. mover, agitar. Dicho de una persona, alabarse excesiva y presuntuosamente, con fundamento o sin él, y aún de acciones criminales o vergonzosas. Yeah, here it means we never um, yeah, here we never boasted, we never bragged about to be able to deal with uh, such complex situation. They are facing there is some confusion, and this confusion will bring about our ruin. All right, so let's mark the parts that I find more interesting. Ok. Carnicero medoso, pero... Ok. All right, so precisamente me pareció ver al emperador. Ok, here. Uh, here. Let's go back before to give some sequence. Here. Okay, here. Here also. And here. And also this part. Everything here is very interesting. Okay, so this is the paper that I mentioned. You see the author here, where she studied. I'm gonna read this paragraph to show one of the interpretations that you can have with Kafka's writing, especially this text. Let's read. This arresting portrayal of the situation of a bewildered and defenseless people who suddenly discover themselves to be dominated by aggressive, powerful, and successful barbarians is not meant to be taken in any collective sense. Kafka was not a writer fascinated by the conflict of past cultures or interested in predicting any future crisis of history. Rather, the theme recurrent in all his works is the predicament of the individual overwhelmed by a world that he cannot comprehend, much less manipulate. Kafka's heroes, in one way or another, wrestle with the question which concerned Kafka personally all his life. How must a sensitive, perceptive, but ineffectual person pursue his course of life when he is constantly thwarted and defeated by tremendously superior forces? In an old manuscript expresses the struggle in terms of the rude nomads and the helpless citizens, yet the problem is the same, and the reader ought not to allow himself to be misled by apparently social implications. She continues, the central concern in Kafka's writing is that of personal adjustment to the world, a world primarily personified by the father who so dominated the thinking of his son that all his works bear the mark of this influence. All right, so she takes a more of existentialist approach She highlights the inadequacy, the anxiety, the suffering of the population or the citizens in the city. And she thinks that there is a correlation between the relationship that he had with his father that was not a easy one. Um, but it's one way of interpreting Kafka. You have other options. For example, you can also. She said that you should not be misled by history. But he wrote this text in 1919. So when the First World War was ending, it is not an important event. It was huge, right? A global war. And I don't think that you can leave this behind. Obviously, you should take into consideration his upbringing and his contentious relationship with his father. But also, you see the failure of the governments or the nations that lost in this comparison with an old manuscript. You see a total failure of the government personified by the emperor, and that left its population behind to deal with a huge problem. You can see a clear breach of the social contract because the governments are the ones that supposed to take into account or to provide security for their population. They have the monopoly of force. They have the arms, and they are the ones that are trained, and they should and they have this responsibility to provide for the citizens. In an old manuscript, you see that this deal was broken. The emperor was behind or inside his palace, and the guards they were behind the gates, and craftsmen and the tradespeople, especially singled by Kafka, were the ones that were supposed to deal with those barbarians. Uh, he might be also criticizing the world that he was living in and the heavy burden that he was carrying. He studied law. He did not enjoy his job. He was writing basically at night. So he was not recognized in life. You can argue that he was portraying his life and the life of many during an overwhelming and disastrous time in history that was the First World War. You can also take the approach with the same background of a more of a surrealism, in the sense that you see many absurd scenes in at least two, right? For example, the ones where the nomads were with their eyes blank, with the foam in their mouths, and also that they were jumping and eating the ox alive. It was a completely absurd scene or absurd writing, in the sense that show you how extreme was the situation. It does not bear with reality. It goes to a more surrealistic scenery. So you have other ways of interpreting Kafka. I recommend this text. It's well written. Okay, so this is the commonplace notebook. I added the highlighted quotes. I also added the vocabulary that I learned. Látigo, ademanes, jinete, grajos. You can also do the same. Choose the quotes that you liked, add the vocabulary that you learned. This is a combination of learning a language with interesting and motivating texts. I hope that you enjoyed, and I see you in our next reading haul.